Good morning, y'all. It's Nick with Urban Farm Boys. How's everybody doing? I have a couple days off now from work, and I am just sitting here having my coffee in my plant room and thinking about all the stuff I want to do with my little weekend. So I've got some crochet projects, I've got some yarn and fiber stuff to do. Also have some things to do around the homestead. We're going to close our pool this weekend, so I have to get that ready. Got some chicken care to do. So I thought we might try a little bit of a vloggy style video where I just kind of bring you with me and show you what I'm up to on my days off. So that's the plan for today. Don't look too closely at the fish tank behind me. It needs to be cleaned too. There's no fish in it. We're kind of redoing it. I just have some plants propagating in there. So we got to do some projects around here. So I thought I would take you guys with me. How's that sound? Let me know. Oh my God! Let me know what you guys think of sort of vlog style videos. I know a lot of crochet people do them. I typically don't, but let me know. So I'm going to, well, I'm almost out of coffee. Finish my coffee, and then we'll get started and see where the day brings us. First things first, though, got to get our priorities in order. So starting off with some crochet. I saw online somebody who said that they take all of their sort of scraps of yarn after they're done with projects and they just turn them into a big scrap yarn project so that they can kind of see the yarn they've used, remember the projects they've done, and it just turns into a weird, strange, ugly looking project. So I thought that was a great idea. I have a ton of little small balls of yarn from projects that I've finished. So I started this, and of course I had to do it granny square style. So the big ball there in front of me is a bunch of little scraps. I have another one next to me, and it's easy to do granny squares, right? So I thought, why not just turn these little pieces of yarn into something I can look at and remember and wear, or not wear, but lay under and enjoy. Of course, after crocheting a little bit, I decided to go upstairs and use my electric spindle and spin some fibers. You know, if you saw my Rhinebeck video, I bought more fibers this year. I bought fiber last year, which was my first time at Rhinebeck. And I've been practicing a little bit, so I decided to start working on a plied yarn. I've only ever made singles before, and not very well. So this is me spinning up my first bobbin of singles. I'm going to be working on another color as well, and then plying them together. And you guys will see that a little bit later on. Good morning. I've got some projects to do this morning. It's October 22nd. Can you see all the fall foliage behind me? But our pool is still open because we like to keep it open as late as possible and use it as long as we can every season. But by the time we were kind of done using it, and we called the pool company, they couldn't come to close it for another 3 weeks. So we have been pulling leaves out of the pool for 3 weeks, basically, 2 weeks. But the pool company is coming today to close it down, which is a process I don't want to learn or do myself. So I'm trying to get all the leaves out of the pool. We have a robot in there. She's amazing. She's going strong, but I'm helping her out because I have no idea when the pool company is coming. They basically said they could come anytime today, which is not helpful, but I'm off. So we're gonna get some leaves out of the pool. But look at the foliage. Look at our little forest. It's very messy out here on the patio too. We're kind of winterizing everything right now, so don't judge. But oh my gosh, that's pretty out here. So pool actually looks pretty good, but I'm gonna help the robot a little bit, and then I actually have to lower the water level. Basically, get it all ready for them to come and just close it down. So let's do some leaves. Alright, so this is the current state of affairs. It doesn't look bad. I think the robot will get most of it. But we have actually several of these little frog stair thingies because we get so many frogs in the pool. There's a couple hanging out there, but I gotta show you. Luca. We have so many frogs and big ones. That's not even the biggest one. I think the biggest one is here. There's another one in that corner. Like, it is Frog Fest out here. Anyway, they love our pool. You know, we don't mind them. It's a losing battle trying to keep them out, so. Anyway, I'm going to continue helping the robot a little bit with the rest of the leaves, and then we're going to lower the water level and be ready. Pretty sure you can still hear me, even though the camera is way on the other side of the pool, because I have my microphone on. Can you guys hear our roosters? We have exactly 2 neighbors, one on each side of our house, and both houses are quite far away in the woods, but all 3 of us have chickens and roosters, and our roosters over there, if you can see me, are talking to their roosters behind me. They're going back and forth. Would drive a lot of people nuts probably, but since we live in the forest and both of our neighbors also have roosters, nobody can really complain about anybody else. I have another robot actually that skims the top of the pool for leaves. I had taken it out already, but I might throw it back in just to collect the remnants. And it does not have to be perfect. One year when we closed the pool, it had a ton of leaves in it, and they just hung out. They were there still sort of waiting for us in the spring, but that was a lot of leaves. This is barely any. It's a saltwater pool too, so you don't have to drain it every year. You just have to lower it like below the level of the skimmers, and it just hangs out. We have a thermometer for the water that's like, I don't know what the word is, but it transmits into a reader in our kitchen. Wow, I'm struggling with the words today. But anyway, I usually leave that in all winter just because I'm curious to see what the temperature of the water is throughout the winter. Because it's salt water, it never freezes. So, anyway, I'm about to call this a day. The robot will catch most of what's left. I think we're done. Ignore the hose reel in the middle of the yard. Look how pretty. Chickies. Who's a pretty bird? Who's a pretty bird? I've been doing that since they were born. And look, they like me. Like, hello! So, we have 12 birds, including 8 roosters. No, 8 hens. 2 roosters, which are these big guys. And 2 guinea hens, which are the ugly ones with bald heads. So, that's kind of the ideal flock size. We don't really need any roosters, but there are kind of a lot of predators around here, and the roosters will let us know. And also, they can kind of protect the flock if anybody gets in, and unfortunately we know that from experience. The guineas are so ugly but I've wanted them forever. One guinea hen can eat 1,000 ticks in a day. It's their favorite food. And we have a lot of ticks out here, like some of the worst in the country. So those uglies in the spring will become free range and hopefully eat ticks. Should I go inside and visit them? Should we go inside? Watch out, babies. Coming through. Come here. Wow. Whoops. Hi, babies. Hi, babies. No pecking the toes. Hi. This one is my favorite. Her name's Valak. She's super friendly. But they were all, apart from the guineas, all the chickens were hatched together. I hatched them, some eggs. And the roosters are nice. Valak is the best. She's my favorite. But that's Black Phillip. I named a lot of them. This is actually Chikira bumping into me right now. That's Chikira. She has hairy feet. But we don't judge her for that. Valak's always nosy. On BP. They're so funny. I created these bins, which are, I think, like 35-gallon bins to hold their food, and another one for their water. Because this coop is kind of on the far end of the property and also far from the hose. So that's been a game changer. I just hung a disco ball for them yesterday. I was in there actually hanging a camera in the coop, and then I thought they might like a disco ball to have chicken disco. Got a little bit of work to do still in here to make it nice, but hey, no pecking the toes. How dare you? Anyway, that's our flock. Hello. It is just raining down leaves right now. Most of them have ended up in our pool, I feel. But I've been mulching the yard with my lawnmower. I did it 2 days ago. And look at them just coming down. Actually really pretty. But look at my pool! Ugh. I'm definitely going to put that robot back in that skims the top. Look at this. I've been gone for 4 minutes. Ugh. Look at the top of my pool. Look at that. 4 minutes I was in the chicken coop. Luca, you didn't help. Alright, here's the other robot. Get to work. There's now more leaves on top of the pool than on the bottom. We're fighting a losing battle here, so I hope the company comes soon. I kind of want to get in the hot tub, but I'm sure as soon as I do, they'll show up, and that's kind of a weird first impression, right? So maybe not. I will go. So this is a corner of my yarn room. It's kind of like the loft room upstairs, where I have all my yarn. And I have this little corner here. There's a teeny little nook here that has a mattress in it. So it's like a little one-person bed or like a reading nook. But I have a little tiny desk here, and this has turned into my fiber zone and my spinning zone. And I've been hanging out here this week, as you saw earlier. And I wanted to show you guys my first skein of plied yarn. It's not super great. It's very uneven. You can see all the variations in twist and thickness of the yarns. And a little bit of lack of twist in places, but it was a great learning project, and it turned out pretty good. This yarn is like probably bulky, but I was worried about plying together yarn because the last experiments I've done, it's been so thick just as a single ply. So I tried to go pretty thin because when you ply them together, it doubles in size. So it's hard to get even thickness on each ply of yarn and then, have them be the same as each other too. But I am super happy. This has been spun, plied, washed, twisted. I was going to turn it into a pumpkin, but I think I might just hold on to it for a while. I have enough pumpkins, and it might be fun just to keep this as is, as a comparison of where I began, and hopefully where I go in the future. This is my bag from, oh my gosh, the plants. Don't look at my dying leaves here. I don't come in this room very often, and this one hanging plant always gets neglected. Anyway, this is my bag from the Sheep and Wool Festival last year at Rhinebeck. It's full of fibers that I bought, and I bought last year a bunch of, I guess, cheaper fibers to practice with. I have a lot of them actually. This was one bundle. This is blue, is it blue-faced Leicester? Not blue-footed, BFL. A half a pound for $17.50. I got this last year. I like the colors. This one is, what is it? Gray striped merino. Half a pound, it was $19.50. I like the black and white. I think that will potentially spin into really pretty yarn. And then I have more in here, some of the more basic beginner ones. And then in this bucket I have some of the nicer ones I bought. The ones I got this year at Rhinebeck, and then some of the ones I got last year. This one is from Shirsty Cat Designs by Kelly Straub. This is 67% merino, 33% bamboo. I didn't want to use the nice ones until I kind of know what I'm doing, so I've been practicing on the more basic ones. But I think this is pretty. And then I think I showed you guys in my Rhinebeck video the two that I got at Rhinebeck. But it's these two. One, let's see. Oh god. This one is called Rhinebeck. I took them out of the bags just to go on display, so I don't remember the type of wool this is, but I kept the bags. I just thought I might just show you guys. But anyway, this one is the one called Rhinebeck, and this one was their like featured yarn and fiber for Rhinebeck this year. What the heck is it called? Autumn? I can't remember. But I thought these were super pretty. And I look forward to spinning them into yarn when I'm a little bit better at it. Each one of these was around $30, so I'd rather not, waste them until I'm good, or better, at least. Because these ones, it's a half a pound of yarn. It's a lot. Like, these are all, I believe, about 4 ounces for $20, $30. I don't remember what I paid for everything. But, this you get a half pound for $15. And I have like 4 of them, I think, in total. So, this is another one I bought last year at Rhinebeck. This is from the Woodland Pixie. I thought this was really pretty too. I need to figure out how to braid. Why? I'm not like shearing sheep. Anyway, I thought this was really pretty. This is Kingdom of Ash is the colorway. It's 4 ounces, 70% merino, and 30% silk noil slubs. Is that the right word? Noil? Silk noil? It was $27. Got this last year too. So anyway, I like my little spinning zone here. I have more. I have some Angora. I don't remember what this one is. This is when I was using my drop spindle in the beginning. I was actually able to ply or spin pretty thin yarn with it, but I gave up when I got the e-spindle, but I still have more of that. This is blended together the yellow and red, so it kind of mixes on its own. I might spin that up because I think you only need a single ply since the color kind of is doing its own thing. Looks kind of like ketchup and mustard. But anyway, I like my little spinning zone here. What I'm not super excited about is what's behind you guys, because I have kind of a chaotic mess of yarn that I guess I need to organize. Let me turn you around and show you. But anyway, that's my spinning zone. You'll have to ignore all the palm trees everywhere. Andrew loves palm trees and thinks that they grow in New York, which they don't. So he's brought his palm trees in for the winter. I do not water them. These are supposed to be his project. He has not done well at watering them over the summer, and it's going to be even worse indoors in the winter. These also have drainage holes in the bottom, so I have no idea how he's going to water them, but we are controlling the things we can control. But anyway, this is my yarn zone, and I got it all organized. I don't remember when. I did a video where I got it all organized, and now it has gotten unorganized. It's not bad, I've got a lot of things in bags. I've used up a lot of yarn for my temperature blanket, which I need to kind of reorganize. I have started a bunch of projects and then abandoned them. And so I just need to get it organized, but I kind of want to do things differently. I don't know, like I have these crates here, but I would like to maybe do some organization for my fiber zone so that it's not all just sitting on the table. Maybe I could have a little fiber corner. You know, I also, if you saw the video I did, I don't even remember when, where I organized this area, I have a couple of storage spaces where I have some yarn. I have a ton of my Joanne yarn I ordered for my temperature blanket, which is in a closet. We have like a cedar closet, so I thought that would be a good place for it. I've used quite a bit of yarn, I don't know. So I just have to do some organizing, and then I have 2 bags of projects that these are like active projects that I needed to get out of downstairs because they were driving Andrew crazy. And then these are like, yeah, these are, well, it's kind of a mixed bag. Both of them are sort of active projects, to be honest. And then I have this bucket of finished stuff that I don't know what to do with. I guess that's a good question for you guys who crochet. Like, what the heck do you do with your stuff when you're done with it? I should do like an auction or just get, I mean, a lot of it no one would want, but I don't know. I have more yarns that I ordered for a blanket that, anyway, I think I'm just a little overwhelmed by it. Not that it's bad. And as much as I want to organize and do stuff, I feel like I need to know what I want to do before I start. You know what I mean? It needs a revamp. This is not even a, as you can tell, this is a TV console. We never really use this room. I don't even think the TV is plugged in. A lot of you guys said in my last organizing video to put shelves here and, you know, use it for more yarn, which is a great idea. Except if we do have guests. If there's a sofa here and a coffee table, it's like a little studio in here, and it would be nice for guests to have the TV, I guess, in their little studio. So I'm not sure. At least it's out of the living room. I thought I had really like cleaned up my yarn mess downstairs, but apparently not, because I filled an entire extra bag with more stuff that I didn't even realize was down there. So if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. I think I need to do some like online research. Apparently Pinterest is still a thing. Do you guys use Pinterest? I haven't used Pinterest in years, but maybe I need some inspiration from Pinterest. But for now, we're going to leave this as it is. We're going to walk away. Sometimes you just need to walk away. Oh my gosh, did I show you guys my pumpkins? I don't think I did. I got on a pumpkin kick the last couple of weeks, making crochet pumpkins, and I'll just show you. I have made 7. I don't know why. I don't know why anyone needs 7 crochet pumpkins, but let me just show you. Aren't these so cute? They are, well, I've done a couple different things. This one I believe was just single crochet back loop only, and then filled, and then a little cinnamon stick. So I did a few in single crochet back loop only. I did a couple in double crochet back loop only, and I didn't really follow a pattern. I just kind of made a rectangle that was sort of like a 2 by 3 dimensions. Like, does that make sense to you guys? Like, yes, I hope that makes sense to you guys, because I don't know. But anyway, I just kept making more and more pumpkins. This one, I think it's also single crochet. I can't really tell anymore. Looks like single. But anyway, I had all these yarns, like some random skeins that I needed to use up, and so I just kept making pumpkin after pumpkin. This one was a wool yarn that I only had 1 skein of, and I really like it a lot. And then as you're tying it off, I just kind of did the yarn as I came up and down through the bottom. I did the yarn in a way that kind of pulled on it in certain areas just to make the top look a little more uneven, kind of like the way a pumpkin would. Some people wrap yarn around the edges to give it better ridges, but I thought the back loop only did a nice enough job of giving it texture on the sides. But I think kind of doing the top the way that I did really made the look. This is my favorite pumpkin for sure. So I have them, I have 2 here in my little living room area, but I have 5 more over there. Let me show you. Again, why does anybody need 7 pumpkins? I don't think that anyone does, but I just kept going. So super easy, just make a rectangle, 2 by 3, 3 long, 2 high by 3 long, and then you stitch it into a tube. You go around the top and tighten it, put your yarn through, fill it up, tie the bottom. It's pretty self-explanatory. There's a bunch of tutorials on YouTube, and if you watch one, you'll get enough of an idea to be able to do it. I didn't think about it as I was going. I just did whatever I felt like. This one is definitely double crochet. This one I was actually at Michael's and bought a little skein of wool yarn with the intention of turning it into a pumpkin. I used the whole skein on this pumpkin. But aren't they just super cute? And then the cinnamon sticks. I'd like to say they smell really good, but they kind of don't smell like anything. Little orange pumpkin. I really like how the tops turned out. The lumpy and kind of purposely uneven kind of looks like a real pumpkin, I think, or like a gourd. I have a bunch of weird pumpkins on my front porch. I like the ones that are funky colors and shapes. And that's what these remind me of. This is the same yarn as what I showed you in the other part of the room. Little gourds. Why? No idea. Sometimes we just do things and we don't understand why. Thumbs up on the video if you can relate. While I was organizing upstairs in my yarn room, or thinking about organizing, I grabbed another skein of my Big Twist gray color, which I'm connecting my granny squares with in my temperature blanket. We are coming along nicely. I'm getting caught up, so I think I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon working on my temperature blanket. I actually have just one more set of squares blocked and ready. to go. Each row has 18 squares, so I've been kind of doing them in batches of 18 and then joining them up. So I'll get these connected and joined up and then work on the next row. And I think that's it for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed the kind of different type of video today, a little bit like vlog style. Comment below if you did. Comment below if you didn't and you prefer kind of a more traditional format like I usually do. My dog. Why are they so tired? But anyway, I'll put some links in the description for different ways you can follow us if you like. We have a Facebook group. We have a Discord page. We have channel memberships if you'd like to see some additional videos, content. You can send us a postcard. We love receiving postcards. I'll put our P.O. box below. There's all kinds of ways you can contact us. You can also just comment on this video. That's free and easy. So we can take the conversation down there. I'm kind of losing my daylight. I guess it's getting cloudy out. So I think I'll call it a day for now. But I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out on the homestead. I think I'm going to find a movie to watch and work on my temperature blanket. So hope everybody's doing great. And until next time, take care, guys.